Turning now to one of the hardest working filmmakers in the movie industry, we're talking about the great Ava DuVernay, who is expressing her commitment to a more inclusive Hollywood with a brand new initiative. It's a database called Array Crew, and it connects hiring managers and talented crew members in film and TV who are women and people of color. Here's an example of why this is needed. Look at the numbers. An analysis of 300 top grossing films found less than 1% of camera operators were female, and only 6% of editors were people of color. Their database is a partnership between Ava DuVernay and former Warner Brothers TV exec, that's Peter Roth. DuVernay is also committed to inclusion in her own projects. Every single episode of her groundbreaking series Queen Sugar on OWN has a woman in the director's chair. Go Ava. Here's one of the show's stars, Bianca Lawson, on why that's so important.
Queen Sugar was really a trailblazer, the innovator of having all female directors, having a totally inclusive crew and cast, and such diversity that we rarely ever see on other shows and sets. So I really feel like Queen Sugar has really been at the forefront of a shift that's happening right now in the business, a beautiful shift.
I'll say Ava DuVernay joins us now. There she is, the brains and the beauty behind what Bianca calls this beautiful shift. So Ava, good morning to you. We're all here at the table. So
good morning, friends.
Good morning. I know that you've been working on this, thinking about this for at least the past 2 years. What is it that you saw that you said, we need to do something? And by we, you said, I'm going to do something.
Well, I would just walk on sets and not see enough people who look not like me, not enough women, not enough people of color, not enough people who are older even, you know, over 60 being older in our industry, not enough people with disabilities. I mean, it's really the idea that our crews should reflect the real world, and they can. So often, though, when you talk to people about why don't we have more inclusion on our sets, they just say, well, we don't know where to find people. Wow. So I thought, well, maybe we can help with that.
So what was your pitch to the studios? Number one, how many people have signed on? And what was your pitch?
I cannot even believe I'm saying this. Every single major studio is signed on.
Wow.
Every single major studio and streamer over the last 2 years, in very detailed conversations, have signed on. And the pitch was really, you are making so many shows and films right now. Why not get a little help with crewing up?
Hey, Ava, it's a big deal and a big accomplishment just to have built the database, but I'm curious, going forward, how will you monitor, if at all, whether it's being implemented and used as it should be?
Well, we have a whole system of checks and balances for people to really report into us. The hiring side, producers, are you finding people on crew? And then crew members to have this kind of badge of honor when they get hired off of crew. We have 70 productions currently using it across all of the studios. There are 3,000 crew members in the database now, and it's growing every day.
Yeah, it sounds like an industry story, Ava, but do you see it bigger than the industry?
I do. It might sound like it's just about Hollywood, but really, we all consume, we all watch and enjoy what comes out of Hollywood. And so it matters the way that it's made. It matters the intention behind these things, that there is inclusion, that there is belonging, because I believe the way that the set feels and looks embeds itself in the image. You end up watching the way it was made. So why don't we create a more balanced way of making the work so that we can enjoy it even more?
Ava, when you look on IMDb and you look up your name, it says you have 14 upcoming projects. How do you keep track of 14 upcoming projects? How do the pots on the stove not all boil over?
And Anthony, she doesn't look tired.
No.
You know, there are women before me who have juggled Oprah, Shonda, men before me, JJ, Spielberg. These are the people I aspire to, and so I follow in their footsteps.
Let's talk about one of those projects. If you can just pick one out for now to talk about. Let's talk about Queen Sugar, which shut down production because of the pandemic, then reopened. And as I understand it, you've reworked the storyline to bring COVID and Black Lives Matter into the script. What was that process like?
Well, we had written all of the episodes, and then the pandemic hit, and so we went down like the rest of Hollywood. When we came back, we thought, well, we can't use those old episodes that don't address everything that happened in 2020. So we decided to rewrite it very quickly, and it is a show that really, the season is a time capsule of 2020. All the things that everyone went through, you know, the fear about, you know, COVID and the election and Black Lives Matter and, you know, food scarcity. I think it's a tribute to the survival that we all have gone through and making it through 2020.
I thought this was cool, Ava. For the first time, a poster of Queen Sugar was on the Warner Brothers lot. Listen, I was with Queen Sugar from the very beginning. I remember when you were writing it. What was it like for you to see a poster on Warner Brothers for Queen Sugar?
It started as a small show, and it really does have a fervent cult following.
Yeah.
But the audience grows each season, and so for us to be, on the big billboard on the side of the studio was a real honor, real pleasure, a thrill.
We've been talking a lot about Cicely Tyson and Gayle's last interview with her and some of the words of wisdom that she left all of us with that continue to echo. You're familiar with her work. You knew her over the years. Are there particular things that she said or that you heard her say that stick with you?
Oh, gosh, I'll get emotional. And Gayle's last interview with her was extraordinary, and she said everything that she wanted to say. The last acting that she did was on our show, Cherish the Day. She was one of the stars of our show. And so I got to know her really well. She was supportive of me since my very first film 12 years ago. The main thing she said to me is, don't worry, just keep working hard. Don't worry. Keep your eye on the ball and just keep going. We get so bogged down in the little pieces and the worry. And she said, make sure you're keeping your eye on the bigger picture. Don't worry. Keep going. And I hear her say that to me, and I intend to.
She actually went to your first film at the only theater it was playing in on the East Coast when it came out.
She went to it was the only theater in Washington, D.C. I get a call out of the blue. I'm able to book this one small theater. Somehow her friend Mignon took her to see this independent film by someone that she didn't know. She called me after. She said, my dear, this is Cicely Tyson. I just want to tell you, your film is lovely, and I want you to keep going.
Oh,
and we had a lovely conversation, and we stayed in touch ever since. What a thrill for my little path to cross with her magnificent life. So I miss her, but well done, right? 96 years of beauty.
Ava, thank you so much. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you for talking to me.
Bravo.
Good to see you.
The new season of Queen Sugar airs on Tuesdays on OWN.